Hey there. It's so nice to see you again. Tonight I am going to be doing a Q&A because I had a couple of people that requested that, and so I decided I would put up a post on my community section on my channel to have people ask me questions for this video. So I actually got quite a few questions, which surprised me. So I thought I would go ahead and do this, and if I get a bunch more questions along the way after I've done this, I can always do another one of these somewhere down the line. So it was requested that I do this whispering, but I actually have a really hard time whispering. I mean, when I'm not doing ASMR videos, I actually talk pretty loud naturally. And so if you're someone who watches my videos frequently, you've probably noticed that almost all of my videos are all soft-spoken. It is very rare that I do whispering. So I will try to do this as quietly as I can, but if I'm just doing soft-spoken, I'm sorry. I hope that that will be okay. They also requested that I chew some gum while I'm doing this, so I can do that for you. So I will get a piece of gum, and then I'll start answering some of the questions. Okay. So in order for me to do this, I'm going to have to put my glasses on. And I have not figured out yet. I've watched videos on how to do it, but I've still not been able to figure out how to keep the reflection off. So I'm going to try not to look up too much. But let's see here. Okay, so first off is a question from Sloth Queen, or actually Sloth Queen actually has quite a few questions, which I appreciated. Oh, there I go doing it. Okay, let's see. She says, so I guess the biggest questions that I've had from watching your videos now for a few months would be, how did you end up moving to Thailand? Well, I was living in Denver, Colorado, and I had gotten married, and the guy that I married was half Thai, and he started telling me all about Thailand and how wonderful it was, beautiful and tropical. And so he pretty much convinced me that moving here would be wonderful, and I agreed that it sounded wonderful. I'd always dreamed of living in a tropical location, so I figured, why not? And the cost of living in Denver was like outrageous, and it was really difficult to live there, so I figured, why not? And so we ended up basically selling pretty much everything we owned, and we moved here. And that was actually 11 years ago. Just actually a few days ago was the 11-year mark. And we were together through most of that time that we've been here, until last year. And I won't go into any of that, but basically we parted ways. So now I'm here, still in Thailand, but that's how I ended up here. Was because he suggested it, and I don't really regret coming here, honestly. I love Thailand. I absolutely love it. There have been times on and off throughout the years that I missed home and I wished I could have gone back and this type of thing, but never worked out. And last year I was actually planning on going back and changed my mind. I moved into this place because I was going to just stay here, temporarily until I went back to the States. And I already had my plane ticket and everything. I'd worked out something with an old friend, that I was going to go stay with her for a while. But there was this one morning that I got up and I went and I stood in the front room, and I was standing at the sliding glass door looking out at the palm trees and the sky, and the sun was beaming in. And there was something so magical in that moment that I just started sobbing. I was sobbing. And it was like this overwhelming feeling came over me that said, this is where you want to be. This is where you want to be. This is what you've always wanted, was a little house like this, and to be in a place like this. And in that moment, I knew that I didn't want to go back to the States. I wanted to stay here, and so I did. And I love it. I love it. I'm happy here. Cost of living is way better than in America, especially now. So that's how I ended up here. Okay, let's see. And then her next question is, how long have you been in Thailand? Like I said, 11 years. What's your favorite thing about where you live? Well, I'm actually a hot weather person. I don't like to be cold. So I love the fact that it's like summertime all year round here. I mean, we do have like a rainy season, which I think it feels like we're in it right now, but I'm not 100% sure on that. But so like right now it's a little bit cooler than normal, but I love palm trees. I love that tropical feel. I love the beach, which I actually haven't been to in over a year. But I'm not that far from it. I can ride my bike to the beach in like probably 10 minutes or something. But I haven't been for my own reasons. I just haven't been in over a year. But I'm planning to go back at some point. But I love the simplicity here. I mean, I don't really know how to describe it, but it's very, very different than in the States. The people here are more simple, and I don't mean that, and that is in no way an insult or put down or saying that, they're saying anything negative. That is not a negative statement at all. And to me, it's a very positive thing, because they just, I don't know, they live life differently here. It's a more simplistic way of living. And even though there's internet and, modern things here, I'm not saying it's, completely cave-like or something, like olden days or whatever. I'm not saying that, but there's just something that's very, I don't know, peaceful about this place, even though it can be very loud. Lots of traffic, noise, and stuff like that. But I don't know, it's really hard to describe, but it's a wonderful feeling. It really is. The feeling of being here is fantastic. And I love it. I love that it's relaxing. And there's a calming feeling about this place in many ways. And it's not like that all the time. I mean, obviously, things go on and, things happen around here, and, people do stuff. They're not just all sitting at home, twiddling their thumbs or anything, but I don't know, it's a different way of life. It really is, and I've grown to really love it. And I really find it very hard to imagine going back to America after 11 years of living the way that I live here. I know I would be in for a culture shock to go back home. I mean, it was a culture shock moving here. It was huge culture shock. And it took me a while to actually get to where, I was comfortable, because it was so different. But now that I've been living this way, and I've gotten used to the way of life here, I would find it really hard to go back to America and be thrown into that way of life again. It's just very different, but I love it. I love it. I love, being in this little house, and just, I don't know, it's a very happy feeling. I'm happy. I'm happy being here. I mean, there's things that don't make me happy. But I mean, you're going to have that no matter where you are, I think. I don't think that there's going to be anywhere in the world that you could live where everything is perfect. So, but yeah, I'm happy here, and I'm hoping that I'll be able to stay for a long time, because this is where I really want to be, and this is where I call home now. So that's the way it is. All right, let's see. Have you lived in any other countries besides the USA? Other than here, no. And actually, coming here was my very first time to ever leave America. So, I mean, I was really, talk about scary. I mean, I had never been here, never even dreamed I would ever live anywhere in an Asian country or anything. So I was just really hoping that I would like it, because I had never been anywhere else but America. So, but I'm glad that this was the first place I came to, because it's most of what I would want in a place. It really is. And the people are wonderful here. Very kind, loving people. Thailand is known to be the land of smiles, although I won't get into it, but I haven't really gotten to see very many smiles in 3 years, which is the depressing and difficult thing about being here right now, is that they can't seem to let that go. The last 3 years, even though it's been 5 months since the Prime Minister and the government said you don't have to wear a mask anywhere in public anymore and all of this, and yet 99% of the people are still doing it, and that's very difficult for me. I want to see faces. I'm tired of a faceless society, and I'm tired of not being able to see a smile on a person's face. So I'm hoping that that will change soon. Alright, you may hear dogs barking in the background. I've already had to stop, like, I don't know how many times I've had to stop already because of all the traffic and the dogs and stuff, but I'll be here all night if I keep stopping for every dog bark. So I'm going to just keep going. Alright, let's see. Favorite Thai food? Well, it's very difficult for me to eat Thai food because so much of it is super spicy. But there's a few dishes that I really, really do love, and one I've actually learned how to make myself because they sell these packets of the seasoning that you use for it, and so I just buy the other ingredients and I can make it myself, and I can make it less spicy. Hold on a second. My little cat Lightning is meowing at the door, so I have to go and let him in. So I'll be right back. Alright, well, that's Lightning over there. You can kind of see him. I mean, the lighting's a little off in here tonight because I've got my tree light and everything on, but he's a little orange kitty, and he's only got one eye. I had to have one of his eyes removed because when I first came here and he was here, he's just like a stray cat. He had already lost his eye, basically. I mean, it was pretty much gone, so I knew it had to be removed. Eventually I was able to get it done, but that's off the subject. And I'm going to have another piece of gum because the other one was terrible. So tom yum creamy is what I like to have. Actually, hold on one second. Okay. This is the, let me see if I can hold it so you can see it. The light's gonna be all over it. This is tom yum creamy, and they show it with shrimp in there. I actually make it with chicken, and but they make it with just about anything. I mean, you can make it shrimp or chicken, whatever. I like it with the chicken. The shrimp is good too, though. But this is the little seasoning thing, so I make that myself. That's one of my favorites. And I also love, there's one that's called tom kha gai, and it's really good. I can't really tell you what's in it. Thai food, I don't really know. Honestly, it's like I don't know what's in this stuff. I just know I either like it or I can't eat it because it's too spicy. But the tom kha gai is good, and there's another one similar to that. I can't think of it now. I haven't had it in a long time, so if I think of it later, I'll mention it. But yeah, Thai food is so spicy that it's very difficult for me to find Thai dishes that I can actually eat. I mean, a lot of it looks good and smells good, but it's just too spicy. And you'll probably hear Lightning crunching on his food over there. Let's see. Okay, so let's see. And then let's see. Is American Thai food anything like the real thing? Well, before moving here, I had gone to, it was run by Thai people in America. It was a Thai restaurant, and I used to get this spicy, it was a think they called it spicy Thai beef salad or something or other, which wasn't really that spicy, which, I actually loved the salad. But I've never seen it here, which confused me because I loved it, and I was like, oh wow, that would be awesome to be able to get it. I thought, that's going to be one meal I'm going to have, a lot. I've never had it the entire 11 years I've been here because I've never seen it anywhere. There may be people that sell it and make it, but I've never seen it. I'm not sure why, but so that's really all I have to compare to American, which was run by a Thai family in America. But since I've never been able to get it here, I can't tell you if it's any different or better in America or not. Okay. Might be some dogs barking here in a minute. Let's see. Okay, so I think that was all from the Sloth Queen. And let's see. Now, and if I butcher somebody's name, I'm sorry. Demi Piduri. I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce it. But she says, aside from ranch dressing, because I've mentioned that in a video before, what do you miss the most from the States? Well, I definitely miss the ranch dressing. I miss American food. I miss all of the amazing options and choices that you have when you drive down the street, and there's every kind of restaurant you can imagine to pick from. So many that you're overwhelmed and you can't even decide what you want because there's so many choices. I miss that so much. Oh my gosh. Because here, especially in this little small town, now it's not necessarily like this all over Thailand, because I lived in Bangkok for a while, and there you had more choices. I mean, they had McDonald's and Burger King and stuff like that. But here in this town, there's nothing but just the little Thai restaurants, and then there's a few restaurants that are owned by foreigners. There used to be an Italian guy here that had an Italian restaurant that was really good, but he left and went to Koh Samui. And I think there's a couple of other ones, but I don't really go out to eat or anything. I don't go to any of these places much, so but I miss that. I miss being able to go to Burger King. I would love to have a Whopper with cheese. I know it's horrible food. I know it's all horrible. But when you haven't had it in years, and I have had it since I've been here, there's puppies down the street somewhere, and they run all through the street. They're probably going to be crying, and I'm sorry. If it gets really bad, I'll edit it. But, okay, I'll be back. I'll have to wait until this little puppy's done screaming and crying out in the street. Okay, I think it's okay for the moment. Where was I? Oh, I know. I've had Burger King a couple of times, McDonald's and stuff, when I was living in Bangkok. And when I would go down to Krabi, but it's been years since I've had fast food. And I know I don't need any lectures on it being horrible for you and all that. I don't care, because, like I said, it's been years since I've had any. So, yeah, I would like to have some once in a while. I miss being able to go to the store and buy steak and beef because I can't do that here either. Because here, beef is not something that most people eat. So there's only one place in town to get beef, and that's on Wednesday mornings very early and Saturday mornings very early. I think they might sell it somewhere else in the far end of town, which is difficult for me to get to because I ride a bicycle. I don't have a car anymore. So I only can get it like a couple of times a week if I want to actually go get it. And it's not like a store. I mean, it's literally at the market, the outdoor market. And so there's just a lady with a table. She's got slabs of meat on the table, and you just tell her what you want, and she'll just cut off a slab and hand it to you. And then you got to do with it whatever you're going to do with it. So, like, you can't get ground beef. I mean, not here. Maybe you can in some of the larger tourist places or something, but you can't get it here. So I have to actually grind my own, which I don't have a grinder, so I just use a chopper thing to chop it up into like as much as I can to make hamburgers if I want to. So I miss that. I miss grocery stores, because here there's not really, where I live, there's no grocery stores. So it's like there's just like these little places that sell stuff, food stuff that you can go get, and the market and stuff. So I miss those things. I miss Walmart. I know a lot of people hate Walmart and they bash Walmart. I miss Walmart because there's so many options and choices. And there's just not anything like it here. I mean, there's places that are, similar, but they don't sell things like Walmart does. Like just simple things that you can get anywhere in America. Like if it's the middle of the night, I mean, I'm not sure now, what places stay open all night anymore in America. When I was there, you could go to Walmart 24 hours a day. You could go to Walgreens 24 hours a day, whatever. And any of those places, if you were like getting ready to set up your coffee pot and it broke, or if it quit working, you could go in the middle of the night and go buy a new coffee maker, if you needed to. Not here. Where I live, I have to order it. And so I have to order a lot of things, which I use this place called Lazada here in Thailand. It's, an online place where you can just order all kinds of stuff. And luckily, they've got more things now than they used to, but it's not like in America where you can just get in the car and just go to the mall or go to Walmart or grocery store or whatever and just get what you need or want. No. So I miss things like that. I miss the convenience of things in America, but at the same time, there's, if I weigh it out, I think I'm a lot happier here. And like I say, they've gotten better here about getting things. Like now I'm able to order Pop-Tarts, which is one of my favorite things in the whole world. I love the chocolate fudge Pop-Tarts with the chocolate frosting on them. And for a long time I couldn't get them here. So I would have to have people in America send them to me, which was extremely expensive. My aunt sent me one box of Pop-Tarts and like 3 or 4 of the little mini candy bars one year, several years back, and it cost her $28 to ship that, which was way more expensive than the actual stuff that she sent. But thankfully now they're selling Pop-Tarts on Lazada. They're still a lot more expensive than they are in America, so I'm paying like way more than I would in America, but at least I can get them. So I do get them from time to time so that I can indulge But yeah, I miss that. And for a long time I couldn't find clothes or shoes to fit me here because Thai people are very petite. And so finding clothes to fit me, I'm a little heavy, I'm tall, I have gigantic feet. My feet are size 11 in US size, 43 in European size. So finding stuff like that was really hard for a long time, and I had to have people in America send me stuff because I couldn't find clothes or anything to fit me. So, but it's gotten better with that too. So anyway, and I can ramble. I don't even know how long this video is going to be. It's going to be long, I have a feeling. So I'm sorry, y'all. Let's see. How many pets have you had in your life? Oh, Lord. I can't tell you. So many pets throughout the years, I cannot even tell you. We had dogs growing up when I was a kid, and then I became a crazy cat lady at some point in my life, and so I've had cats and cats and cats, and I've had some dogs throughout the years too. But even living here, not in this house, but when I was living at the other place I lived at, there was a mama cat. She just kept having babies. This was she was just a stray cat, and she didn't like people getting up near her too much, so it was really difficult to try to ever catch her and get her spayed because I wanted to. But she just kept having litter after litter of kittens, and because I would feed her, she would have her kittens and then bring them over, for me to feed them. And then one litter of kittens that she had, she abandoned them like right after she gave birth to them. And so we ended up taking those little kittens in and bottle feeding them and raising them, but she abandoned them for a reason. They all lived for about 6 months, and after that they all passed away. Literally, some of them died the same day, some of them died the next day. They were obviously sick. There was something wrong, and that's why she abandoned them. But she brought them to me. She just brought them to me. She gave birth, left them with me, and then left. And they were up. She took them up into the roof of the house, above the house. And so that's how I knew they were there, because we could hear them screaming. And it was, oh my gosh. But yeah, anyway, I don't want to get into a sad story, but yeah, lots and lots of animals throughout my life because I'm a huge animal lover. I'm more of a cat lover now. I used to love dogs a lot, but when I lived in Bangkok, I was attacked by a pack of dogs. I was walking, because at that time I didn't have a bicycle or a car or anything, and even if I had a car or a bike, I wouldn't have gone anywhere in it in Bangkok. That place is crazy. No. I was walking everywhere or taking a tuk-tuk, which is this little thing. You'll look up tuk-tuk, T-U-K, and you'll see what it is. I was having to take those things everywhere, whatever, because it was crazy. But I was walking one day, and this pack of dogs came after me, ripped off the back of my heel. I was like, oh my gosh. After that happened, I've kind of got a fear of dogs now. I'm very paranoid. When I'm out on my bike, they like to chase bicycles a lot, and they chase people on scooters, because a lot of these dogs, they're street dogs, they don't belong to anybody, and there's packs of them, they stick together. And these dogs came after me, and so now I'm always on guard, and I get really nervous if I'm riding down the street and I see a dog up in the distance. I'm so paranoid because I never know if they're going to come after me or not. And a few have chased me on my bike, but as soon as they start coming after me, I put the brakes on and I stop, because I know if I try to outrun them, I'm not going to, because they're fast. And they're going to see me as prey, and they're going to chase me even more. So I just stop, and then I try to, like growl at them and stuff to try to get them away from me. But yeah, I kind of got off track, but that's how I am. I get like, but yeah, I've had so many animals in my life, I can't even tell you. Right now I have my 2 indoor cats, and then Little Lightning, which was the stray that, I take care of. I had him neutered, got the eye removal, and he just comes and goes as he pleases, because he's always lived out, on the street. So, I tried to get him to stay here after I got the eye surgery done, but he didn't want to. He wants to still go out and do his thing. So, but as small as this place is, that's enough for here. So yeah, lots of animals in my life, but I couldn't tell you how many. Let's see. This next question is, I don't want to get into it too much. It's, what do you do for a living? I do some online work, and I scrape by. Being in a foreign country, it's kind of tricky, so I don't really want to get into that too much, because it's kind of, but I do some online work, and I manage here. If I were in America, I could never survive on what I make online. It just would not happen. Wouldn't happen. But luckily here, I manage. It's sometimes hard, but I'm still here, so thankfully, I keep going. And it's a little easier when it's just me, I don't have to worry about somebody else or whatever. So anyway, if there was one meal you could eat for the rest of your life, what would you pick? Wow, God, I don't know. One meal for the rest of my life. Oh, I'm a beef eater. I am. I love beef, and that's the one thing I don't get to eat much, so it would probably have to be some kind of beef meal. I mean, I would say a nice, juicy, thick steak. I like mine medium, so I like it to be a little pink. I don't want it like, oozing blood all over the plate, but I like it to be a little pink. But I make a really good sauce. A really good sauce for my steak. So as long as I had the ingredients I needed for that steak sauce, I'd probably say steak. And I love green beans. So steak and green beans. But it's kind of hard because I love food, and so there's so many things I love, It's like I love hamburgers and fries, and I'm a junk food junkie. I mean, I love junk food. I admit it. I'm not a big healthy eater. I'm also the type of person that's like, I want to enjoy my life. And one thing that I've said for a long time is that if I were laying on my deathbed and I was thinking back over my life at things that I did or didn't do, I certainly wouldn't be sitting there thinking, I'm so glad that I didn't have that burger and fries yesterday. I'm so glad I ate that salad instead. No. No, for me, I want to enjoy as much as I can for as long as I can. And so I don't deprive myself. If there's something that I want to eat and I'm able to eat it, I'm going to eat it. And I don't beat myself up about it. I don't care, because I want to enjoy myself. Because I think too often, we deprive ourselves for things, we're just like, oh, I shouldn't have that, or I shouldn't have this. And it's like, if you were gonna die in the next 5 minutes, would you really be sitting there thinking, wow, I'm glad I didn't have that piece of cake, or I'm glad I didn't have this or that? Like for me, I love my iced coffee. I drink iced coffee every day. And I think that's another question on here that I may be jumping the gun on, because I think somebody asked about coffee or tea. I don't know if it's, same person, Demi. Yeah, coffee or tea. Coffee. I love iced tea, just regular iced tea, no lemon, no flavorings in it, just regular iced tea, Southern style iced tea. It's got to be Southern style sweet tea, which I make, and I actually had some earlier. But I am a coffee girl all the way. I love my hot coffee in the morning. I love my iced coffee in the afternoon. And I sure as heck ain't gonna stop drinking a nice, delicious iced coffee because I think, I shouldn't have it because it's got too much sugar or this or that. Psh, the heck with that. I'm gonna enjoy it. And I do. And I make a really good iced coffee. I have a video that I put up. It was a coffee house role play. It's actually, you can find it in my All About Atmosphere section if you check that out. I did 2 coffee house ones, but the first one I did, I actually make a nice coffee, so you can see how I make it in the video if you're ever curious. It's an authentic Thai style iced coffee, because once I had iced coffee here, I was like, oh my god, I thought I loved the iced coffee in America, but when I had a Thai style iced coffee, oh my god, Lord child, let me tell you. Oh my god. Oh, so good. And I was fortunate, the very first time I ever had an iced coffee here was this lady that was across the street. She had this little shop across the street from where I was living in Bangkok. And it was actually, one day somebody got it for me, because we were actually standing on the street waiting for the princess to ride by. She was the princess of Thailand was supposed to be riding down our street. And so, the street was lined with all these people, and somebody went and got me an iced coffee. And it was the first time I'd ever had one here. Oh my god. And this lady, I used to go over there every day. Once I had that iced coffee, I went over there every day, and I was having them morning, noon, and night. I was getting them 3 times a day. They were so good. And I watched how she made it, and that's how I make it. Because they are good. Honey, let me tell you. You got to try it. If you like iced coffee, watch that video and make one. I'm serious. They are so good. Anyway, I can get off on subjects that I really love, like coffee. I don't even remember what the original question was now. Let's see. Yeah, that was the next question. Coffee or tea? And what kind of music do you enjoy to listen to? Well, I don't actually listen to a lot of music anymore, which is kind of weird, because one thing about me, I actually used to sing professionally for a little while. And I say professionally because technically you're considered a professional once you start getting paid to do something, when it comes to the arts and things like that. You're considered professional. So that's why I say that. So I used to get paid to go and sing at places and stuff. But the music that I really love and love to sing is music from like the 40s and the 50s. I love that old style bluesy kind of stuff, like Dinah Washington and Ella Fitzgerald, music like that from the past. Oh, I love that kind of music, and that's what I really enjoy singing. But I like other stuff too. And if you go check out a video I did several years ago, I was doing a video where I was becoming Nick Rhodes of Duran Duran, because I've been a Duran Duran fan ever since like 1984. I still love their music. I just think they're wonderful, and happy to hear they just got inducted into the Music Hall of Fame, and they're still going to this day. But I mean, I like a variety of music, but I like dance music. I like, you know, some stuff from the 80s. Some stuff from the 80s that I used to love, I'm not crazy about anymore, but I don't know. Kind of, like I said, I don't listen to a lot of music anymore, because like music of today, I'm sorry, but I don't consider most of what's music of today, I don't consider it music. It's just not, to me. I don't like it. I couldn't even tell you right now what are the popular bands or people. I mean, I hear names sometimes, and I'm like, I don't even know who the heck that is. Because I don't listen to nothing. Especially being in Thailand, it's like here they listen to Thai music, which, you know, I don't know what they're saying in the songs, but you know, so it's not often that I hear American music or anything. So, but yeah, music from the 40s and 50s is what I love the most. But, you know, I don't listen to it all the time anymore. Or sing anymore. Ooh. I've thought about it, though. I've thought about it. It'd be fun if I could do, you know, sing on a live, but I'm just not sure, because like with the copyright stuff, I don't know how that stuff works, and I don't want to get in trouble. But I've thought about it, because I would love to do it. I love to sing. I used to, oh man, I was so happy when I was singing. But anyway, that's another subject. So let's see. Let's see. Okay. And so next, Lalisa Manobin, I'm not sure if I said that right, asks, what type of ASMR do you enjoy doing the most? Well, actually the type of ASMR videos that I like to make the most are the ones that don't get viewed the most. They're the ones that get viewed the least, and I don't know that people actually enjoy them. Which really makes me sad, because they're the ones that I love the most. In my All About Atmosphere playlist, those are the videos that I enjoy doing the most. They're the ones where I create background atmosphere. So I actually spend quite a lot of time creating background ambiance. So I have a number of videos on there where, you know, it's a role play. They're all role play videos, but I create a background, like the coffee one for the coffee house. There's like coffee house sounds in the background. It's not a lot for that particular video, but there are some little sounds that you would hear if you're in a coffee house. And I've done a couple of videos where I'm in a nightclub, so you can hear music in the background. You know, it's like, sounds like the music's coming from another room. So I created all that to play in the background so that you can be a part of the experience, because I love that. It's a way to get really creative, and it brings you into what's happening, I think. Instead of just watching something and, you know, just being somebody talking or whatever, you feel like you're actually there. You know, you're in that nightclub, or you're in that space lounge, or at the concert at the, you know, Club UFO and stuff like that. If you're interested in checking out those videos, which I hope that you will, just look for my All About Atmosphere playlist. And I have it set up to where it's like the very first one I ever did, and it goes through so that you can see, like, because some videos have part 1 and part 2. so there's like continuations and stuff, but that's what I love doing the most, honestly. It's where I can get the most creative, and to me it's the most fun, and I enjoy it, but it's not typical ASMR. And so I think a lot of people turn away from it because they're like, this isn't ASMR because there's this other stuff going on and it's not all silent and quiet. But none of my videos are silent and quiet because I always have a fan going and there's just, real life. And that's why I like to say that, my videos are kind of real life ASMR, because in real life there's things that are going on. I don't have a soundproof studio to work in, so it's just, I try to edit out as much as I can when I'm making just a regular video, but there's always going to be something in the background, mostly white noise, but that's what I enjoy doing the most. And I enjoy the role plays. Like recently I've been doing, I've got 3 now of the in the back of the class. Those seem to be very popular, so I'm the old gal in the back of the class videos. So I enjoy the role play videos a lot because, again, it's a way to get creative. It's fun. So those are the ones I enjoy the most. I also like doing videos out and about, like Mary from Southern ASMR Sounds. She does a lot of videos where she goes into stores and stuff like that. I like doing that too, but those didn't seem to be very popular on my channel either. Every time I did one, it just kind of fell flat, so I haven't really done any more for that reason. Let's see, what do you feel about comments telling you you're their ASMR mom? Well, it's fine. I don't mind that. It's a little weird because I'm not a mom. I'm a cat mom, but I've never had children, and I can't. I actually had cancer years ago and had to have a hysterectomy. Not to get all personal and stuff, but it's just the truth. It's just the way it is. So I never had children. So I guess in a way it's kind of nice because it gives me an opportunity to kind of be a mom, which I never got to be, which I'm okay with. So don't get me wrong. I'm actually perfectly okay with the fact that I never had children, but I used to want children years ago. So this is an opportunity for me to feel like I do, if I'm playing the role of a mom. So I don't mind it. And let's see, and I'm not sure how you say this. Exorbit, I think is exorbit. Where am I from? Well, just like Mary of Southern ASMR Sounds, I'm from North Carolina. I'm not from the same town or city as she is. I'm from Charlotte, North Carolina. Born and raised there, and lived there until my late 20s before I moved away. I kind of went back for a little while, for a short period of time, and then moved away again, but that's where I'm from. So I'm a Southern girl. Let's see. How did you venture to Thailand, which I talked about earlier? Married, kids, family, pets. Well, I kind of went through that too. I'm separated, no kids. I basically, as far as family goes, really I've just got a sister now, and but she's back in the States, and we still talk all the time. So we Skype from time to time, and and when we do, we're on for like 4 or 5 hours. So So, but I message with her pretty much daily and stuff. So she's really the only family I've got left. And so, yeah, that's about it. And then I've got my cats. So that's about it for that one. And let's see. She says, heck, just a full story. LOL. I love hearing stories of others. Well, good. I have done previous videos where I've talked about stuff, but it's been a while, and I don't think anybody watches those videos anymore. So, but I like doing the hangout videos as well. When going back to that other question about what kind of ASMR videos do I like, I really like doing the hangout videos because it's just, chilling out, relaxing, whatever. I try to be soft-spoken in it, but it's more of just kind of a hangout, just chilling, whatever, talking about random stuff, whatever's on my mind, that type of thing. So I do enjoy that a lot. Let's see, favorites: food, color, candy, hobbies, books, movies, anything else you're comfortable with sharing. Well, favorite food, like I was saying earlier, is probably like just beef. And one of my very favorite things, those chocolate Pop-Tarts. I am not kidding. I tell you, if they're not sponsoring me, I wish they would. That'd be great if I could be sponsored by, Pop-Tarts. But anyway, that's probably one of my very favorites. My favorite color is pink and blue, like turquoise blue, and pink. That's why everything I have practically is either turquoise, pink, or mint green. I love mint green too. Candy. My favorite candy bar is a Milky Way. I love Milky Way bars so bad. Oh my God. And they don't really have them here. They kind of do. I didn't know this for a long time. Here, a Milky Way bar is a Mars bar. And what they call a Milky Way bar here is a Three Musketeers. And I know this because I actually ordered some. They sell these little teeny tiny Mars bars up at the 7-Eleven. And I mean, literally, they're this big. They're tiny. So they sell those up there. And then I saw that they had like a package of Milky Way bars. But I was looking at it and I'm like, that's not a Milky Way. That looks like a Three Musketeers. So I ordered some. And they're Three Musketeers. And I looked it up and it turns out that in some countries that's how it is. I don't know why they don't just call it the same everywhere, but they don't apparently. But yeah, Milky Way is my favorite candy bar. I love chocolate, so it's always going to be a chocolate thing for me. Hobbies. I don't know. I don't really have many hobbies. I love riding my bike, but for me it's not as much of a hobby as it is my transportation, because that's all I have is a bicycle. But I love to ride my bike, so I love riding my bike. I do play a little game. It's an app for a game. I do that. I watch lots of YouTube videos. I just hang out at home. Most of the time I'm just hanging out here with the cats. I don't do a whole lot. So I don't know. I don't have a whole lot of hobbies though. It's like when I think about it, mostly, doing these videos, I guess you could say is a hobby. But ultimately, ever since I've started doing these videos, I've always had the goal in mind that this is what I would like to do for a career. It's like for my entire life, I've, could never figure out what I wanted to do with my life. I've tried all different kinds of jobs and stuff, and nothing ever made me happy, except for singing. That I did love. But honestly, this is what I really wish I could do to make a living. But at this point, after over 5 years, I'm just barely halfway to the point of being able to monetize my videos. Because you have to have 1,000 subscribers, and I don't remember if it's like 4,000 hours of view time or something. I can't remember, but you have to have 1,000 subscribers in order to monetize your videos, and I'm nowhere near there, even after 5.5 years. So, but that's still my goal, because I would love for this to be my main focus of what I do every day. I would love to be able to just get up and, think, okay, what video am I making today, and be able to do that and be able to make a living at it, which I don't know how much of a living I'd make, but if I could just make enough to survive, I'd be happy. So, let's see. Books. Oh, I probably shouldn't get into any books that I like, because it could be controversial. And that could open a whole can of worms. Yeah, the books that I like are rather controversial subjects, so I'll just leave it at that. Movies. I used to watch movies. I don't really watch them anymore. I've kind of gotten disgusted with celebrities in Hollywood and movies that I used to absolutely love. I'm not so sure I even care to watch anymore because of things that I've found out about the people that were in them and things like that. So I've just kind of gotten away from movies. Not that I never watch movies, but most of the movies that I would be interested in watching are old movies. Again, going back to like 40s, 50s, that kind of thing. That's just an era that I really am drawn to. And so I love all those old movies. I love the old classics, like Cary Grant and Marilyn Monroe and, things like that. That's the kind of stuff that I really enjoy. I just love those old movies. And so those are the kind of movies that I watch. I do like, I love the Star Trek movies. I love the Avengers, or at least the ones from the past. I haven't seen any recently. I don't know what they've come out with recently, or if they have, or I don't keep up with it anymore, because I spend all my time watching YouTube videos. It's like that's what I watch. I don't have cable, or I don't have television here. Even if I did, I wouldn't understand it because it's all in Thai. So I just watch YouTube videos. That's how I get all my entertainment. So but I like a lot of documentaries and things like that. I like true crime stuff. I watch a lot of true crime channels, because there's some really good ones out there, and some of them are doing really well too. So I kind of went over this question: how is life in Thailand? Tell us about the culture. I kind of did talking about that, and I could probably go on for a long time about that, but I think this video is already getting to be pretty long at this point. I know generally people like long ASMR videos, but I don't know if it's necessarily for a Q&A. I may not be into it being long for something like that or not. Let's see, where are you from? I answered. Siblings, answered. Favorite movie and music, answered. TV shows. Don't watch TV, but I love certain channels, on YouTube. So, like I said, true crime stuff. And there's a bunch of those. I won't even try to list them all, because there's a lot of them that are really, really good. They put out some great content. There are some really good content creators on YouTube. I mean, excellent. Some are like way up there. I mean, they really know their stuff. They're really good at it. So my hat's off to them. Pet's favorite vacation and dream trip. Well, in all my life, I've not really taken many vacations. I think I've taken 2 vacations in my entire life, maybe. Years and years and years ago, many years ago, I won a trip to the Bahamas, which was like 4 days and 3 nights. I enjoyed that. That was really exciting because I'd never done anything like that before. And that's really like the only real vacation I ever remember. My mom and I went to Tampa, Florida to visit my aunt, her sister, back when I was in 8th grade. I mean, maybe you could call that in a vacation. I don't really remember it being much of a vacation. I mean, I guess it was. And then, moving here, I mean, some people say, well, you're on vacation now because you live in Thailand. Maybe, but I've just never really taken vacations. I mean, when I was a small kid, we went to the beach, Myrtle Beach, a couple of times that I recall, but that's about it. But I'm happy being at home. I've gotten to a place in my life now where it's like I don't really care to go anywhere. I'm just happy being at home. It's like I'm pretty introverted, and I don't know, I'm more comfortable being at home. So I don't really plan on going anywhere or have any desires to really go do anything. I mean, maybe at some point it'd be nice to go back to the States, just to visit, but I don't know if I want to live there. I mean, things change and get better like it was a few years ago. Maybe I'd go back, but if you could be one celebrity, who would it be? Be a celebrity or meet a celebrity? I'm not sure. I'm not really sure exactly what that question is. Oh, this is The Heat, by the way. I meant to say that The Heat asks these questions. So I apologize for that. I don't know if that means if I could meet a celebrity, who would it be? I don't know. It's like, honestly, the celebrities that I would love to meet are all dead and gone. Because they're the ones from the past. They're the, from back in the day. They're, the classic stars. Those are the ones I would really love to meet. I can't really think of anybody offhand today that I'd care to meet. I mean, I've used to live in Hollywood. I lived out in LA for a while, my sister and I both. And I was an extra on a lot of TV shows and quite a few movies. And I actually did meet a lot of celebrities, and some were really nice, some were complete jerks. I mean, I have to say, the one I'll never forget. I worked on Star Trek First Contact for 2 weeks. And the majority of the people on that movie were fantastic. They were so nice. But that was going to be a different video. I was going to talk about that and make a video about that, my time being an extra in movies and TV shows, because that was one of the most fun times. of my past. I really enjoyed that a lot. And so I was going to make a video about that at some point. But so I'd say that I probably have met the people that I would care to meet. I may think of somebody later, but offhand, I have to say Patrick Stewart was wonderful. I don't know. He's the one that comes to mind because I'm a big Star Trek fan. So I'd have to say Patrick Stewart, and I had the pleasure of kind of meeting him. It was an interesting situation that happened that I got to talk to him. So but I'll make a different video about that. Yeah, my dream job. Let's see. Yeah, dream job. This is my dream job. Making these videos. This is my dream job, which is why I really, really want to make this channel grow and become successful, because I really love this, and it's taken me an entire lifetime to figure out what I really want to do when I grow up. And this is it. This is what I love doing the most. So this is my dream job. I'm just not getting paid for it. And what would I do if I won the Powerball? Probably just, I don't know. If I won the Powerball, I would probably just keep living my life the way I do, but just a little better. I'd probably still stay in this same little house. I'm not somebody who gives a crap about having some big house and fancy cars and all that stuff. I'm a very simple person, which is, I think, why I love it here so much. Because I've got no desire at all for a big home, and all that stuff doesn't interest me. I like a small, cozy little place to live. I love riding my bicycle. I mean, if I won the Powerball, I probably would buy myself a car just to have for times when I need things that are farther away that I can't get to, or can't get to very easily. Or like on days like today when I had to go out because I had no food in the house. I needed cat food, and it was pouring rain. I mean, raining cats and dogs. It was crazy out there. I got stuck in this place I call the thrift shop. I ended up having to just walk around in there for about an hour and a half because it was raining so hard. I thought about making a video, but you wouldn't have been able to hear anything because they have like 10 roofs. So it's like it sounded like it was loud. It was loud. The rain hitting that thing, because it was pouring. You could barely see in front of your face. It was raining so hard. And so I'm out there, riding through this stuff on my bicycle. So if I won the Powerball, I'd probably have a car for days like today. When I need to go out and I don't really want to be in the downpour, riding my bike around town. Let's see. Oh, can you chew gum for the video? I need to actually get a different piece. I'm going to grab one more piece. And I think I'm about done. Yeah, I think that was pretty much the last question. I think there was one more, but I think I've already answered it. Yeah, where am I from? And that was from Alicia. Let me look at this. Hang on. I gotta get my glasses because I cannot read this. Alicia the elephant. I hope I said that right. Where are you from? I'm from North Carolina. But I hope that was fun for you. It was fun for me. I enjoyed that. I was really wanting to do something like this for a while, but I didn't know if I'd have enough questions to actually do it. And since only recently they've started allowing channels with 500 or more subscribers use the community section. I couldn't use it up until just recently. So I had no way of actually putting something out there to say, hey, leave me some questions to do a video like this. So I'm glad they finally let other people do it. Because I always wondered, I kept thinking, how are these people posting this stuff? Because I see all these, posts come up from channels that I follow, and I'm like, how are they doing this? And I looked into it, and it was like, oh, well, you have to have 1,000 subscribers and all this kind of stuff, to have access to the community section. I'm like, oh, well, that figures. So I'm glad that they at least opened up that option. But I hope that you've enjoyed it. I certainly have, and I'm sorry right now if there ends up with dogs barking or something that I couldn't get out. I apologize. I'm sorry if you hear me banging on the table or smacking myself. I get animated sometimes, and I am a very animated person. And sometimes I just do things and I don't think about it, and it ends up coming out on the recording, because I'm not aware of it when I'm doing it. When I go back to edit, I'm like, oh, great. But sometimes I can't edit it out because of how it fits in with the thing or whatever. But I'll try to edit out as much as I can, y'all. So thank you so much for asking the questions. I really appreciate it, because I've been wanting to do something like this. So I'm glad I got to. And feel free to continue asking questions, because I can always do another one later. So thank you so much for being here, and I hope that you will continue to stay and continue to watch my videos, and like and subscribe and keep commenting, please, because I just feel like my channel doesn't get seen. I feel like it's lost in the mix. So, I looked it up the other day, and I forgot now what the number was. It was like 700 and something thousand ASMR channels. But I see new ones pop up all the time, and within like a few weeks or a month, they're already monetized. Their channels are getting seen, and I'm not sure what they're doing. Maybe they're posting a lot on social media, which I don't do, because I'm just not. I gave up social media in 2020. So I just don't do the social media thing anymore. And so that could be part of my problem, but I'm really hoping that my channel is going to grow. And so if you guys can help me out, stick around, please. Even if you don't want to watch all the videos, I'd appreciate it if you'd at least stay subscribed. You don't have to watch all the videos if you don't want to, but I appreciate it when you do watch, and I appreciate it if you like and comment and share it, whatever. Please help me out, because this really is, that question about, what would you like to do if you could do anything or whatever. This is it. This is what I want to do. And I'm hoping that you'll enjoy it and keep watching. Check out my All About Atmosphere section. I call it, it's an atmospheric video with ASMR aspects, because I try to make it ASMR, but it's just got some added stuff to it. But I think they're fun. I think that most of them are pretty darn good. I'm proud of them. I enjoyed them, and I'm hoping that you'll enjoy them too. So thank you again. I enjoyed this, and I hope to see you again really soon. Bye.